We found a spot for the Jeep to tuck away. The road's starting to get a little rough, so we're going to do some hiking on to our next mine for the day. There's a waste pile I'm on. There's another one across the way there. Here's some old timbers. There's some ventilation pipe. The water tank up on top of the hill. This is looking up at a pretty sharp angle at a straight rock face. Here are some of the rocks that have fallen down here. I'm guessing there's a portal over here where all this waste rock came from. If I can get through these bushes. There it is. Look at that. Let's follow Julie into the mine. Ooh, hot. Well, right away, this is that red colored rock. Kind of a light red. A little bit of moisture on the floor. Here's a look back at the portal about 100 feet in. You can see there was track in here again. You can see the tie bumps. Here's a little alcove to the right. There are no footprints in here except for Julie's. There's some little miner's graffiti. Manny Gautreaux. Interesting. Okay, onward. It's a big addit again. There's a band up ahead of us, I see. I think they'd like it a little cooler. Oh, here are the bats. Julie bailed on me. It's the bat cave. Guano. Smells like guano. Notice how all of a sudden Julie's behind me when the bats showed up? Looks like there's a branch here. Oh, there's a lot of bats down there too. Well, they like it hot, don't they? Holy crap, there's a bunch down there. Let's follow the main line, see what happens. I do hate to disturb the bats though. They've been having trouble with the white nose syndrome. So it's a deadly disease they get. This bunch looks to be pretty healthy. I'm going to say if that's a bat, that's a big one. Like a fruit bat. All these bats are all around the corner or somewhere. That goes a long ways that way. Here's some hangers for ventilation, I'm guessing. A little bit more timbering. Bats are still here. I keep pushing them down the adit here. Sorry, bats. It's a long adit, isn't it? Can you see the portal behind you still?
No.
I think it curved, didn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, bats. Should we let them go? We both duck. A lot of guano in here.
Yeah.
It's a heavy smell. Kind of letting them clear out here. Yeah, lots of bats. They hang in clusters. That one's just starting to wake up. I'd like to find the end of this thing. It seems like the bats have certain areas that they like to hang out in. It's hard not to flinch when you have a mammal flying at your head. It's so long at it.
This one keeps going and going.
Well, I think a lot of that waste pile may have washed away down the wash. So it's probably bigger than what you saw out there. There's one of the hangers for the venting. I think we're gonna be getting close to the end of this thing. Yeah, see, now we're hitting this red area again. Oh, it goes that way too. Bats all everywhere. That's an intersection to the right. Here's the end of the main drift there, all jammed up with vent pipe and a bunch of bats, so we don't need to go any more that way. Bats that way. Okay, this is taking the left off the main edit. Still a big, tall, gotta be, this is almost 10 feet tall where I am standing here. Oh, there's a barrel back here. We gotta go back and look at that. This almost made a U-turn, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think it did. Do you hear that?
Oh, it was this on your helmet.
Was it a wire squeaking on me?
Yeah, your wire scraped against your helmet.
So here's a big tank of some sort. Pretty heavy duty. And it keeps going this way. Now let's see what we find here. Oh boy, look at them all. You notice Julie's not in front of me anymore still.
No.
Oh wow.
I'm snuggling up behind you there.
Well, this goes a long ways. Here's a metal bar. Now they're using some metal for either for hanging, I suppose for hanging, huh? This is much longer than I thought it was going to be. There's some track finally. They must have removed the track up to this point for use elsewhere. here's a bunch of vent pipe straight ahead. And there's some track down here that curved into this thing, but this looks like it's backfilled. Oh. We go a little ways this way. I think that it must be getting to the end because the bats...
They're coming back.
Yeah, the bats are wanting to come back this way. Let's go a little way, see what happens. This is definitely a bat. The bat cave. We're getting a little colorful here. Some rads. That's it. Okay, here we're taking the right as we came in that we skipped. I think it goes around the corner a little bit. Maybe, we'll find out.
No, some big timber here.
Well, that's interesting. Wow. There's some big timbers here. It's all collapsed in though. This is the right branch that we skipped on the way in, to the left on the way out. A little more interesting looking rock here. It's drifting around. Oh boy, lots of bats. There was track in here too, so it must be a little. There's some blast mitigator. A piece of steel there, that's what that was. Reduces the fly rock, I guess, contains the blast. These are just lighter,
Just light rock.
just lighter color in there. Funny how your eyes play tricks on you like that. I would have sworn that was a daylight. Well, this is drifting around, going almost in a circle. Wow. This is an extensive mine, isn't it? There's an old bucket. Look how bats going. Oh.
I think we're near the end.
When they group up like that, then they don't have anywhere else to go. So let's go back. Let's let the bats go back by. They're trying to work their way by us. because I don't want to chase them outside here. They're all trying to go by us now because we're near the entrance. I don't want to chase them out. They're being pretty cooperative going by, aren't they? I don't think so. That was about 600 paces for the main addit, and so that's about, let's see, 6 times 3 is 1,800 feet. And that other one was about the same, it said 1,900 feet, so there's probably over 4,000 feet of workings in there. Well, this is where that engine was probably mounted up here. It's down in the wash now. And there was something else mounted over here. And a rock wall behind it. Well, we're hiking up above that mine we were just in with all the bats. We're quite a ways above it on a trail to another mine that's much higher up. Big fun. We are climbing up the mountain. I think we're headed over to that saddle and beyond where the mine we're looking for is. This is what we've been coming off. That's off in the distance. But wow, look at the view. Oh boy, I don't see any mine though. I see a big timber right ahead of you. We're by it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here at the mine, the waste pile here. Looks like some kind of interesting ore here. And where's the portal, you say? Oh, right there, you're looking at it. How's that look for getting in? Wait a minute, let's get a little closer. Ah, there is a little hole. It's about a 1 foot hole by about 2 feet left to right. Well, that's what we're starting with. So, let's start digging.
Okay.
Watch your feet. I don't think those creosote bushes are very prickly, but they are quite. Alright, well, we'll check back in a little bit, see what kind of progress I'm making. Get that guy out of here. That'll help a little bit. Well, we're gaining on her. I could probably just about squeeze in there, but I don't want to get my shirt dirty. Let's see if I can slither in here. I'll kick a little bit of the dirt back in there if I can. I don't know what I'm backing into because I can't see behind me. But
Good luck.
I did see there was ground under here. Yikes. Well, there's a couple things in here. Well, here comes Julie the Trooper. Watch your knees, old girl. Go to your, well, whatever, watch your head. Okay, hold on. Okay, well, we're in. Right off the bat, what do you see?
Little ladder.
Yeah, it looks like a lone ladder, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And another piece of wood down below you there.
Yep.
And it looks like a fuel can.
Yep. Fuel can.
Some miscellaneous boards. Okay, let me slide the rest of the way in here. I wonder what they use this for.
I don't know.
Is that another ladder of sorts?
I don't think so. Is it?
Yeah, I think it is another ladder. What did they use this board for? Looks like a miter table. It is a miter table. There's a sawhorse, it looks like. You want to go ahead?
Sure.
Nice and slow. Does it go to the right?
That's a little bit.
Because there is another addit over to our right, supposedly, but it was collapsed.
Just some little.
A little storage area. Well, that's a grand sized sawhorse, isn't it?
Yeah.
What in the world were they doing with that thing?
Pretty tough.
That's the biggest sawhorse I've ever seen, and there's another one. You know, that thing's like what?
10 feet.
That's almost 8 feet long. Look at that thing. Why in the world is there a deluxe sawhorse in here?
And 2.
Yeah, not only one, but 2. Isn't that something? Why in the world would there be 2 big sawhorses in here?
I don't know. They're pretty
Oh
sturdy.
boy, this has got the
I know.
burrs from the rats.
They're like a crap of them.
Well, I've been in this situation before. Beyond my better judgment, I'm going through these rat burrs that they bring in because I see a ladder over here. But the burrs are about 6 inches thick, and they will be completely covering my shoes. But ouch, ouch! By the time I get out of here, but I gotta look at this ladder. Wow. There's some burrow bones down there, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. This goes back a ways too. What the hell? There are all kinds of bones down there.
Really? Probably a den.
There must be, God, I don't know how many bones down there. And this thing does go back some more. You know?
No.
The funny thing is I don't see it going anywhere, but it must go that way a little way. Should I try it? Ah, come on, let's try it. Look at my feet.
How's the ladder feel before you get on it?
It feels kind of spindly. It's only a 1x. Why would there be so many burrow bones down in there?
I don't know, maybe it's a den.
Okay, I'm through the worst of the burrs. Kind of weird, all those bones down there, wasn't it? Oh man, I might never be the same with all these burrs. The crunching you hear is all the burrs underneath my feet. They're stuck on me and my pants. Well, that's all that's here is another piece of wood. Weird, huh?
Here he comes.
Maybe. Well, there's the view standing near the portal. There's the portal, there's Julie. We're both a little roughed up with those burrs. Why, I swore I would never do that again. I got into them a few years ago that the rats bring in there, and man, they get all over the place. Well, I don't know what was going on with all the bones on in there. Almost like a cat's been dragging something in there. Or whatever eats burrows. I don't know how they would have gotten in there unless there's a lower entrance here somewhere where that ladder went down to. Look how dark all the rocks are with the desert varnish on them. It takes a long time to get that varnish on them. Well, you guys, thanks for watching the video. Julie and I thank you. We appreciate it. We got to get out this little road here. Doesn't look too bad though. So we got to see a couple mines today, and we had a good time hiking, and nobody got hurt. We did get into a pretty good patch of burrs, but besides that, something we both know better. So anyway, we'll see you on the next